Hello, boys and girls. Remember me? It's only Kev. How are we doing? It's been a while. It's been over a week. Look, I've got my cowboy hat. Fresh off of Disneyland. Doesn't really fit over a pair of headphones, but there's Kev in a cowboy hat. Lovely stuff. How are we doing? We are back streaming again. Not only that, it's new save day. 4 o'clock today on YouTube. The Tour de France begins. Exciting times. We're doing it as a premiere, so we're this is basically the new series like pre-stream party. We're gonna hang out here for a few hours, do some Leamington stuff, and then just before 4 o'clock we're all gonna head over to YouTube where we get to keep the chat going over there as part of the new series. It's gonna be very, very exciting. Thank you to everyone who's already in with the subs as well. That is much appreciated. I can see Tyler's in, Polar is in. I'm sure the noise went off more than twice, but they're the only two names I can see. If I've ignored you, I apologise. You're not showing up on my list. We should probably do a YouTube intro, shouldn't we? Remember Chris? Lazy old Chris who hasn't done any work for ages. We should we should probably do an intro for lazy old Chris. He'll love that. That's what he gets for putting Clates in the intro for the new series. Right, where are we? Full face Kev. Beautiful. Oh, boys and girls, it has been a while, but actually saying that, it's not actually been a while for you if you watch it on YouTube, because we spaced them out nicely. Always thinking. But we are now back. I am going to have to refamiliarise myself with a save, but looking at the league table, it looks like promotion to the Premier League is in the offing, and it's a January transfer window. We'll take all of that, thank you very much. And there we have it. There we actually have it. Oh, that's not right. Why is that not right? There we go. My stream views got swapped over on my little thing. Right, let's have a look. When will I provide the non-league legend save file? When I remember. I was supposed to do it. Hold on. Should we do it now? Probably do it right now. Where do I find such a thing? It's in documents, isn't it? Documents, Sports Interactive, FM22, games, and then non-league to legend 5 years later. That's the file. So if I stick that on Mediafire, that's where the cool kids upload stuff, isn't it? Mediafire. How do I do this? Probably do so. If we go upload files now, and then why can't I see the file anymore? I've closed the thing that had the file in. Games, non-league to legend 5 years later. There you go. It's uploading now. I'm not going to be able to post this link in the chat because I still can't get onto the chat, but I will sort you out with a bit.ly as soon as we're done. What's the 2-game link? I mean, the 2-game link is right there, Chris. That's what I mean. Lazy old Chris. That's what we call him now. Adwin, thank you very much for the sub. Have we all had a nice week off then? Apart from the non-league to legend link, has anyone else been at? What else is going on in the chat? What have I missed? I've developed an accent. I absolutely haven't developed an accent. I am the stereotypical British man who spent a week in France but spoke nothing but English the whole time, apart from the very occasional mercy at the end of a interaction that was entirely in English. I am scum. Mayo Man, thank you for 3 months. Am I releasing the tour database so we can play along with the save? It's not my database to release. It's right there on Steam. While this is uploading, if you go to the Steam Workshop, it's literally the most popular database on the Steam Workshop right now. It's right there. Just download it. Jimmy, thank you very much for 5 gifted. But yeah, it is right there, boys and girls. That's the database we're using. I show you this in the first video that comes out at 4 o'clock today. But it's even more popular than the 92-93 database and Zealand's Moneyball that he's been doing. So you know, we're riding high on the popularity, but that's the one that we're using. So you can just play along with that, and all will be good. Of course, Leamington won their game at Villa Park, didn't they? Congratulations, Leamington. Good work. We're now going to make it a double by getting promoted to the Premier League today, hopefully. We're all sad Nonny's Legend has ended. I mean, not as sad as you would have been if I'd have dragged it out any longer. I think you say we're all sad that it's ended. Let's just do a little bit of science. We will get into some Football Manager. It's not even 1 o'clock yet. We're having a catch-up first. If we have a look at LOLLUJO, that's me, by the way. You say you're all sad that it's ended. The views don't really back that up. If we have a look, see, even as recently as the end of Real Madrid, we're getting 20 to 25,000 views an episode. That the final, 24,000 views for the Champions League final. But then as soon as we hit Dortmund, things just started to go down and down and down. And we're like 12, 14, 11, 13. To me, it screams, goodness me, am I glad that's over. The viewership halved in the spaces of a few weeks at Dortmund. So don't give me any of this. We're all sad it ended. You were, most of you thought it was done when we won the Champions League with Real Madrid. Right, upload is completed. So let's grab that link. We'll whack it on a bit.ly, and then it'll be easy to for you to download. So, how am I not logged in? What is going on? I don't know what email address I use for this. I probably log in with Facebook because I'm basic. Let's have a little look. I do log in with Facebook. Right, one moment. We're nearly ready to move on and get on with the rest of the stream. So we're going to call it Non-League Legend 22 Final. There you go. That's the link you want. bit.ly/ all capital NLTL22 capital F final. That is your download link for the 5 years in the future Non-League Legend save, where you can play as Dortmund and do a rebuild with them. There's more subs coming in. Scotty, thank you for 26 months. Simon, thank you for 11 months. Govey's in for 4 months. Trenton, thank you as well for the sub. Much appreciated. One and all. Lovely, lovely, lovely. It is appreciated. Thank you. Right, are we up to date with the chat now? I think we are just about up to date. Sariki Dembele in the Premier League as a reserve. He's barely played for Bournemouth. Bizarre. First half of the season, he looked like the best player in the Championship because he was the best player on the pitch in every game that I saw us play. So that was against pretty much every other team in the Championship. He outshone everyone. Goes to Bournemouth and barely plays. It's ridiculous. Right. Shall we crack on? Shall we do some football? So this is the situation. Let's get ourselves back up to speed with what's been going on in the save. This is as much for my benefit as it is for yours. So this is our second season in the Championship, I think. Second season in the Championship, I want to say. Yeah, so we finished 8th last year, just outside the playoffs. This year, we've had, if I recall, a very good start where we were top of the table for a little bit, but we've recently gone off the boil just a touch. There was a little spell there and a little spell there. In fact, that whole spell where it's, 7 games where we only won 2 matches? Not ideal. Looks like we did start to turn it around towards the end of the final stream, though. A New Year's Eve party against Leeds where we stuck 6 goals past them is bonkers. Love a bit of that. And it leaves the league table looking like this. We are 3rd, 3 points behind Burnley, 4 behind Norwich, comfortably clear of Bournemouth down in 7th place. So at the very least, we should be looking at the playoffs this season. But it is also the January transfer window. We've got a big fat bank balance because we sold all those players in the summer. We don't really have much in the way of spensies. Have we got any business going on? We're trying to sign a goalkeeper, apparently. I'm not sure why we're trying to sign him. And also Jawad Grindrod. Who the hell are you? Grindrod? A centre-back who's better than any right-back we've got at the club. To be fair, he's a very good centre-back. So, yeah, I'm not going to complain about that one. This one I'm a little bit unsure about. And Omani Gilks is leaving the club. The main goal for January, really, is to try and keep the team together. Obviously, we sold 2 big players in the summer. I can see there's interest in Godwin, who'd be another one that I'd be worried about letting go. Willie Clark is quite a high potential player. Gilks, I'm not bothered about losing, really. But what we don't want to see is any of our star men being dragged away from us just as we're in a promotion push. So we're looking at the likes of Godwin, Theodros. Theodros obviously will never leave. But Edwards, Roberts, these are the kind of guys that we can't really afford to be letting go. DJ Glover, thank you very much for 22 months. Nikki's in for 2 months. Planter Age Net, I say your name wrong every month. You're in for 11 months. Thank you very much. And Alex has done 4 months. Thank you very much. Much appreciated, one and all. Right. So it is January, which means it's FA Cup 3rd round time. We've got the local derby against Birmingham. I think we established Birmingham are geographically our closest team. So let's go beat Birmingham and have another cup run. You know how much we love a cup run. So let's get into a match. Obviously, Birmingham geographically closest for as long as we're still playing in Solihull. Once we eventually get to move back to Leamington at the end of next season, Coventry become our local rivals again. But for now, Birmingham are the local rivals and are at our level. Coventry, obviously, knocking around at lower level because they're not as good as us. We're the biggest team in the Midlands. It's what we're known as. Is the network game back on Thursday? Yes, it is, as far as I know. I haven't been told otherwise. So unless someone else is on holiday this week, that's going to be the thing now for the summer. I imagine they're going to become a little bit erratic as people start having holidays. For example, I'm off again at the start of June. We're off to Centre Parks, so I'm going to miss another one then. Becky, thank you for 15 months. Join that sub party. That absolutely is the spirit. How did I end up with my current formation? We tried lots of different ones and this one worked. I think. I don't really know. I think we... I don't even remember. It was a long time ago. I don't think this was the first thing we tried with Leamington. Your best way to find out the answer to that question probably is go and watch the YouTube videos, because I know that explain it when it happened, and that is probably a good way to find out. You'd think I'd remember, but it was a long time ago. Icon Dan, thank you for 25 months. I love Centre Parks. I also love Centre Parks. I've only been a couple of times before. Went once as a kid and once on a gifted brand deal thing a few years ago. This is the first time I'm ever paying to go to Centre Parks, so I'm going to be interested if it's a different experience when I'm paying for it. It's not my dad paying for it. It's not Centre Parks paying for it. It's my own hand in my own pocket. Am I going to enjoy it as much, or am I going to become one of these people who grumbles about how expensive everything is there? Which village are we going to? I forget what it's called. The one near Milton Keynes, whatever that one's called. Did I see Robbie Knox's video about his gifted stay at that eco? I heard him talk about it on Jack's podcast. I haven't seen his video about it. I am fuming. I don't know how many subs Robbie's got these days. Last time I checked, it was about the same as me, if not a little less. I just paid $2,000 to go to that hotel, and he's getting sent there for free. I am fuming. Jim, thank you for 8 months. And Ken, thank you for 9 months. Is the non-League Legends save available? It is. I will need a mod to set up a link to it. How far in the future are we on this save? I can't remember the exact year. A good 10 years or so, probably. 10, 11 years would be my guess. Still to the point where there's some players that are still real players. MJ Roper, thank you for 10 months. This is the great thing about having a week off. You come back and it's just sub-central. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank you very much. One and... Oh, my word. What has the cash man done there? That is absurd. And it's the guy we tried to sign. We tried to sign him. I'm sure he didn't get a work permit with us. I definitely remember trying to sign him, and the cash man, oh my word, what is he doing? The command's already set up. Look, I'm not the king of the commands around here, Scott. If someone asks for the link and it's not immediately got a reply, that suggests that maybe it's not there. If it is there, then I stand corrected. I think that's why I'm trying to get a new keeper. I mean, you might have hit the nail on the head there. Because that is, oh my word. Okay, now I understand why we need a new goalkeeper. What's Wooster doing up in the Premier League? Can we have him back? Oh, we've done a hype train, have we? Lovely old stuff. I think it was Le that I tried to sign. That does make more sense. Okay, I'll let you off. I don't know who I'm letting off. I'll let them off. Right, I don't want to get knocked out of the FA Cup, especially by our local rivals. We've been something of FA Cup experts the last few years. I would like to maintain that. We got all the way through to was it the semi-final last year? Or the quarter-final? We went deep in the FA Cup last year, didn't we? I feel like it was the semi-final. We beat like Manchester United on the way, didn't we? Am I making that up, or did that happen? It all blurs together. I don't know what save I'm talking about now. Right, come on, gentlemen. Semi against Chelsea. There you go. So you lot have got better memories than me. Right, we need an equaliser here. Oh, and we get one! Because their goalkeeper's just as rubbish as ours. Beautiful. Semi last season, beaten by Chelsea. Knocked United out in the quarters. That does seem right. Am I looking forward to tour? I very much am looking forward to tour. I've recorded the first couple of videos yesterday, and I'm enjoying it. I think it's going to be a very, very fun save. Right, come on, chaps. Let's go win this one now. 3-3. We've come back from 2 goals down. Oh, the FA Cup. It's our tournament. The FA Cup is our tournament. Look at us go. What a way to return to the stream. Doing all of the football goals. What an FA Cup tie this is. Local rivals absolutely going at each other. No one's holding back. Beautiful. Gun Kingo, thank you very much for the 3 months. Have I got any tour merch? No, there doesn't seem to be any. I've even tried to get a shirt, and the only shirt I can find is like a 5-year-old one on eBay that's signed, which isn't really what I'm after. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be getting a tour shirt. I haven't even been able to find FM versions of the shirts. So at the moment, it's just the generic blue shirt in the save. So I might need to have some shirts made up, maybe. Might need to get request a kit on the case. Who's winning the Europa League? I couldn't even tell you who's in the final. That's how little I care about the Europa League. Wear shirt and tie. No. It's Summer Kev. Oh, we've got one of our name in the game people in the Birmingham team. I've just noticed Mike Williams knocking around for them. Yeah, it's Summer Kev, which means I get to do my videos in a t-shirt again. And we go back to Monday to Friday schedule. You're all familiar with Summer Kev. We don't have to start wearing proper uniform again until the new game comes out now. Summer Kev is here. Love Summer Kev. Right. Let's shuffle things. I mean, Kai Edwards is on a 10 out of 10 here. I think he deserves a standing ovation. Off he comes. And then for my final trick, we'll bring on Ronnie Edwards just to shore things up at the back. Beautiful. Never seen Summer Kev before. Started following when FM22 came out. Well, you're in for a treat. Summer Kev is very similar to Winter Kev, but he dresses like this, and it doesn't work weekends. So that's basically all you need to know about Summer Kev. Your Tom bet is reverberating around the Showdown ivory towers. I salute you. Can I just point out, we're 7-3 up now against Birmingham. We were 3-1 down. Birmingham do not know what's hit them here. This is a cup tie. Absolutely wonderful stuff. This is what happens when you go attacking. Going attacking is the thing. Am I looking for the jersey of tour or only for buying? Not sure what you mean. I would like a tour shirt for sure. How was my holiday? It was excellent. Had a splendid time. I got a cowboy hat. So, you know, any holiday where you return with a cowboy hat means you probably had a pretty good time. So, yeah, it was lovely stuff. And we videos starting tomorrow. We've got vlogs coming out from the holiday that Chris should be. We've got another name in the game person there. Chris should be working hard on. Not faffing about, enjoying life, watching streams. But first video is going to be out tomorrow. Going to be super duper. I'm not wearing the cowboy hat because I'm wearing headphones. And because I'm not good old JR, who must have either custom headphones or a custom hat, I have no idea how you're supposed to get a cowboy hat on over the top of a pair of headphones without it looking like it's balancing on top of your head like that. So, yeah, that's why I'm not wearing it. Did I think Tom was going to get a team of Toms? I mean, no. So I thought he would try and, you know, win the showdown. I imagine Ben was fuming, which makes it all the more fun. It was great. It was a great story in the end. I love the fact that I managed to be involved in a showdown that I wasn't even really a part of. Obviously did the draft, did the lowdown for the draft, but wasn't around at the weekend. I love the fact that my name was never far from people's mouths because of the Tom situation. I managed to influence a showdown I wasn't even in. That's when you know I'm the true hero of the event. Ben said, no one who does that again will be invited back. Oh, it's amazing. Ben was a bit annoyed, but actually, I think it added really fun narrative to the shadow. Yeah, it's fine as a one-off, I think. Obviously, you wouldn't want that sort of stuff happening every time, but just as a story for that showdown, I think it was fun. This really is me. Thank you very much for 10 months. We've just scored 8 goals in the FA Cup past our local rivals. Oh, we are back. We are back. Hold on, we need to get this tweeted out. There you go. Let's just take a screenshot of that. Whack that onto Twitter. Local derby, first game back. Easy peasy. Boom. That's how you return to streaming. Is my knee better now? No. I really should probably go to the doctors about it. My knee is a mess, and it's such a mess that it's now messed up the other knee as well, because I've been favoring it so much. Basically, I have my long-term bad knee that I tore my ACL in is not the one I hurt before I went on holiday. So because I'd hurt the one on the left, I was then putting more weight and more pressure on the one on the right, and now that one's hurting again. So now I can't get out of a chair without going, ah! And without both of them really hurting, and they're just both swelling up constantly. And yeah, both my knees are wrecked at the moment. Driving 1,000 miles in a week wasn't the best plan either. Armani Gilks has left the club. But yeah, driving 1,000 miles in 5 days, walking the best part of 100,000 steps in 5 days, on an already injured knee. Yeah, we have a problem. Am I worried about Clates or RDF at all? In what way? Why would I be worried about them? I'm not sure what I would be worried about. Clates has made a lovely thumbnail for us for the new series, so I've got nothing to worry about on the Clates front. And RDF, he seems to be doing all right. No reason to worry about him. I can only imagine how much Dr. Ben was fuming with the team of Toms. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't deliberately trying to disrupt the showdown. I didn't actually expect Tom to do it. I was trying to set it up so I could call him a coward. I was trying to prove he wasn't a man of his word. Right, this goalkeeper apparently isn't as good as the one. Oh, I remember why we need a new goalkeeper. Because we sold our backup, didn't we? Jacob Chapman has gone to Bologna for 240,000. So we actually only have one goalkeeper at the moment. That's why we're bringing this guy in. It all comes back to me now. Yeah, he's coming in as a backup goalkeeper. Okay, that makes sense now. The new series starts 4 o'clock today on YouTube. So we will all head over there as soon as this stream is done. We'll end this stream just before 4. And then we'll all head over there as a big unruly group and watch along together. It's going to be a premiere, so we'll have the chat going over there as well. It's going to be super duper. Right, FA Cup 4th round draw. We want to win the FA Cup. No more of this trying to make money out of it. We've got money now. Now we want winnable matches. It's very different from how we've been in the FA Cup previously. I mean, we've been away to West Ham before. We have previous for going to West Ham in the FA Cup. We know it's a big money spinner. We know that tie is worth about £2 million to us. So he said we don't need the money, but we'll take 2 million quid. It's always welcome. We probably will lose, but we have just stuck 8 goals past Birmingham. So who knows? How good are West Ham? 16th in the Premier League. They're a team not in great form, whereas we're a team who are clearly doing quite well at the moment. So you never know. Blob Snail, thank you for 7 months. I haven't tried taking money off and putting it back on again. No, maybe I should. Is it possible to do a team of Toms versus Kevins versus Bens versus... I mean, I don't think there's going to be a lot of Kevins in the game. Perry Forson. I don't really want you, Perry. I'm not going to sign you. David Roberts needs a rest. That's not ideal. But he did score 2 goals in that heroic victory over Birmingham, so we will let him have a rest. We've got that new centre-back on his way in as well. There's Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, I get so I imagine your best Kevin is better than your best of any of the others. There's no Tom, Ben or Jack better than Kevin De Bruyne, surely. So I suppose maybe we should do this game. Who was Tom's best Tom? Who is actually a Tom? I'm not counting Tomiyasu and Tamori and all these fake Toms that he had. Jack Wilshere, surely. I mean, he is almost at Kevin De Bruyne's level. Liverpool keeper counts. Yeah, absolutely. Big Kev. We've had Big Kev play for us before. Of course he counts. Grealish, not far off De Bruyne. I mean... Fair enough. What do I know, eh? Oh... Have I paid Thomas £100? I absolutely have, yeah. Paid it to him there and then. I'm a man of my word. Posture check. Oh, I haven't had to do this for a week. Oh, we've not signed Grindrod, who sounds like something like Harry Potter. Never mind. I never really get why this happens. Why you get to this point where you've agreed the contract with them. You've got the green bit. You've been able to move on to the point where you're just waiting for them to confirm. And then they come back and say the wage isn't acceptable, but don't give you the opportunity to negotiate any further. Explain how that makes any sense. And now he won't discuss terms because of the breakdown in previous talks. Yeah, but you agreed to that wage, then changed your mind, and now you don't want to talk to me. It makes no sense. Ben, thank you very much for 6 months. Right, Phil Scott, are you ready to come home yet? Are you playing? You've only started 9 games in a Stoke team that's getting relegated. We're going to be a league above Phil Scott next year. He's got to come home. Does anyone else feel like there's a lot of young players Kev want us to remind? I'm not sure what you mean. The AI is a bit broken with contracts. It is, because that was nonsense. Because now we've got a big pile of money sat here. I guess we should probably spend it on someone. I think we probably do need a centre-back. Because we don't really have much once you get beyond Roberts. I don't really want to sign Ronnie Edwards permanently. So let's find a centre-back that we can get for less than £1 million. They're all a bit old, aren't they? We get him on loan. I'd probably take him on loan if the option was there. Don't really want to be spending good money on a 31-year-old, though. Yeah, I'm not paying 44k a week in wages either. I doubt my board would even let me. Right. Centre backs, please. Nathan Payne. Right, we want ones that can come straight into our first team. That's what we're looking for. Chris Sparks of Aston Villa. 6'1". Do we want a loan it? I mean, he looks very good. Played for Forest Green in the Championship last year. I'd want him to be a bit more scouted, really. Or we could go and buy somebody. Jerome Boucher. Can we even afford a guy like this? I suspect we probably can't. Who needs to get promoted, so he doesn't even want to join us anyway. So hold on, let's have the players who might actually come and sign for us. Are you happy in FM23 have the chance to make Peterborough Sports better than Peterborough United? Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. That's the other big news, of course. Peterborough Sports getting promoted means they're going to be my starting team for Non-League to Legend on FM23. Exciting stuff. I think this guy is probably the. If we can get him, we'll try and do this. M Fen, thank you for 6 months. Have we got any Reading fans in, by the way? I want to know what this Reading situation actually is. Because obviously, Posh being Posh, we won 5-0 on the last day of the season. So we have finished 22nd in the Championship. So we are relegated. But our manager, Grant McCann, in his post-match interview, mentioned there is the Reading situation bubbling away in the background that gives us a little bit of hope that we might not get relegated after all. Apparently talk of Reading getting a further 6-point deduction because they're still cheating, apparently. If we've got any Reading fans in who can tell me how likely that is to happen, would be intrigued. I suspect that because of the precedent set with Derby last year and Wickham still going down and Derby's deduction being pushed forward to this season, I imagine Reading will just start next season with a points deduction. But apparently, we still have a little bit of hope. Jack, thank you for 39 months. Let's do a football. If Reading get another 6 points, then Derby need another 9 or 12. Why? Are Derby still cheating now? Derby already had, was it a 21-point deduction? Whereas Reading got their points deduction. they got Reading were originally given a 6-point deduction and a 6-point suspended deduction, and then it's something like they've submitted their accounts again in March, I think, and they've made like a £32 million loss for the year, and they're only allowed to lose 35 million over 3 years in the championship to avoid another deduction. So they're basically still cheating. So the argument is, if it was known in March that they were still cheating, should the suspended points deduction come in with effect from March and be applied to this season and relegate them? Non-insertion save file, people are okay to use temporary kev if they want. Yeah, it's your save file. Not bothered what you do. How are they cheating? By spending more money than they've got. Financial doping. They're spending more money than they can afford to spend. It's cheating. I don't really think Derby would care if they got another 9 points for the season. That's a very good point as well, yeah. Take another 6 off of Reading and another 9 off of Derby this year. I'm sure Derby would rather have the deduction this year than next year if there was another one in the offing for them. But there's little old Posh sat there operating at a profit, working within our means. And meanwhile, the team that finished just above us has done a £32 million loss this year. It's absolutely staggering. But then, like I've been saying all along, it's more fun having a promotion season than fighting against relegation. So I'm pretty sure we'll come straight back up, and it'll be fun doing it. So I'm not hanging all my hope on Reading getting a points deduction. According to an article written in November by The Athletic, it seems the points deduction was suspended until the end of the 22-23 season, which makes no sense. That does make no sense. PSG has done more than €200 million loss last year. Yeah, but they're playing in the Champions League. Reading have narrowly avoided relegation to League One and have lost £32 million in a year. Because they're massively overspending on players. Thank you for 10 months, Crazy Brit. And the holiday was lovely. Thank you very much. As a Rotherham fan, I agree. The first time in years we made a loss was due to COVID. Can never compete in the Championship financially, but always try to fight well above our means. Yeah, you get some teams who try and play within the rules, and some teams who just completely ignore the rules and kind of getting away with it. And I guess there's different rules in France to what there is in England as well. The rule in the Championship is you're allowed no more than a £35 million loss over the course of 3 years. So if they've lost 32 million in a year, I imagine their 3-year rolling average is well over 35. So theoretically punish them again. Dazza, thank you for the sub. Spending the afternoon revising for a 3-hour-long accountancy exam next week with you in the background. Well, enjoy your accountancy exam. Sounds like an excellent time to be had by all. If you're spending the afternoon revising, might I recommend an excellent revision resource, the Lazy Student's Revision Guide, written by a very handsome man. Get the idea some teams gamble on overspending to achieve success and the money that comes with it, but I'd like to think teams like Derby put clubs off doing it. Yeah, it doesn't though, does it? Because it's always been happening. And that's why the rules are in place, to stop it happening. Yes, I have got plenty of Marmite now after staying at a Premier Inn. You once said if you wrote another thesis dissertation it'd be about Football Manager. I'm now in this position and wondered if you have any idea. I'm not sure. I don't know. What degree are you doing? I guess that's where you look at the angle. if it was, I don't know, I'd probably look to somewhere down the route of statistics and how they are applied in football, and I don't know, perhaps try and model Moneyball in Football Manager properly. I know, I mean, you could use the stuff Zealand and his buddy have been doing recently as a basis for it, potentially. I think Christy Pym will start for us next season. I suspect Christy Pym will be sold or released this summer. Sheffield Wednesday are 8-0 up over Swansea. Wow. Apply computer science and sports. Do some, yeah, something to do with data analysis then. Or, yeah, the statistical side of the game. I'm not sure what exactly. Maybe look for some kind of correlation between certain aspects of data and future performance kind of stuff. And I don't know. There's got to be something in there. I'm not sure what it would be. I don't know the subject. I haven't looked into it in enough depth. But I decided to do mine about poker. It took a lot of reading around poker and theories and stuff around it to be able to decide what my question was going to be. I do still have the hat. The hat is here. Can't wear it on stream because it doesn't fit over my headphones. Any rival players from this save and on this legend? Well, Moron and Tamang are definitely around, yeah. We check in on them every now and again. They come up on like the best players in the world lists and that kind of thing. So, yeah, they're around. Brooksy, showing why we spent all that money on him. That is, I mean, he comes in on loan and has a season like that. Everyone thinks we're insane for spending £2.6 million to make that deal permanent. And look how he repays us. That is the mark of a genius there. We saw enough in him. Even when he was delivering that, we saw enough in him to know he was worth smashing our transfer record for. There's your proof that he absolutely was worth it. 14 goal contributions in 26 appearances. Boom. I don't know who this guy is. Oh no, he's not the player, he's the manager. Oh, Ed Webb. I mean, what more does he want? He's in and around the team. I probably shouldn't have been so dismissive. Ed Webb's quite an important player in the squad. Albeit not a starter currently. Right, Sunderland away, coming up. Right, are we getting this defender in from Villa? Chris finally has FM22. Congratulations, sir. What a wonderful thing. Here we go. Chris Sparks. Sparksy's in. I'm giving away a couple of copies of FM22 later on today. Should have entered the competition. Held off a little bit. I mean, let's face it. If you'd have won, I'd have redrawn it. Couldn't possibly do a giveaway prize and have Chris as the winner. That would be shenanigans of the highest order. There you go. Chris Sparks is in. Finally, pay the man enough to not only see the game through an editing software. Look, it was in my best interest to not have him being able to play the game. This really is me. Who is your youth player? And we'll go and have a look at them. What's their name? How do I win? Watch the video that comes out at 4 o'clock. Danny Grocott. Okay, Danny Grocott. There he is. Goalkeeper at Uddersfield. There you go. That's you. Let's give you a little bit of a scout. You've been capped at England under 19 level, but not really playing for him yet. Who do I think will win the League One playoffs? I don't know who's in them. Is my regen in yet? No, it's not. Of course not. I'm not going to sign this guy. I will do another blast through getting some name in the game stuff done in the near future. Why can't I allocate transfer budget to wage budget? Can we? Why? Why are you not letting me move that? We've got £1 million sat there. I just want to put it into wage budget, please. The board will not allow you to increase the wage budget as they feel it's high enough already. Well, then don't moan that we're over it, because it's obviously not high enough already. I mean, here's my counter argument to you, board. If we have a look at team detailed stats, salary per annum, we are still the lowest salary paying team in the championship. A championship we're close to getting automatically promoted out of. I don't think it's that unreasonable to allow us to spend a little bit more. What was the sudden spike in balance from? From selling our 2 best players last summer. We sold Phil Scott to Stoke for £10.5 million, and Tom Wooster went to Middlesbrough for £5 million. PE Price, thank you very much for 5 months. CJ, what CJ plays? I mean, how did you come up with a name like that? CJ, is it all one word? CJ play? No, I'm not gonna let you have it all as all one word, am I? CJ plays. There you are. So you're at Manchester City, currently wanted by Bournemouth on loan. We'll do a little bit of a scout. You have been to Portsmouth previously. You like all the mouth teams. There you go. That's CJ Plays. Oh dear. Still not recovered from my holiday. Bring CJ home. Nah, you're all right. We're scouting him. If he's any good, maybe. If we, brackets Wickham, get Sheffield, presumably brackets Wednesday, I can see us winning against Sunderland. Sunderland in the playoffs. Oh, that'd be really upsetting if Sunderland get promoted. It's always quite good fun seeing them down in League One. Whether we're down there, whether more in the league above them. Is my screen zoomed compared to normal? I'm missing the top menu bar in my view. No, I don't think so. My mouse pointer is all on screen right now. Whee! Not a fan of Sunderland then. Just not a fan of their arrogance when they got relegated and assumed they were going straight back up again. What league are Bournemouth in? Bournemouth are in this league. They're just below us. First time on Twitch, main screen took me to a lady playing with a microphone with ears. I mean, sometimes microphones have ears. I guess I could probably put some ears on my microphone. Right, let's beat Sunderland. Oh, we were just talking about Sunderland. All the more reason to try and beat them now, I guess. Come on, gentlemen. And there's plenty of weird stuff like that on YouTube as well. Once Twitch gets used to what you like watching, they won't recommend you the weird stuff, I don't think. I don't really know how Twitch works. As somebody who doesn't really watch anything on Twitch, I've never really customized what I watch, I guess. It only ever shows me Football Manager stuff. So I suppose that is it customized. She was breathing heavily. I think she was after a different audience. I mean, if I got up and down out of my chair a couple of times, I'd be breathing heavily too. I could take that audience. Currently booting up FM for the first time in a week plus, just to see how many penalties I won this season. Fair enough. Tap ears, thank you very much for 16 months. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Kev does ASMR. Yeah. I still don't really get ASMR. I think I'm too old to understand it. It's just irritating noises. I can make irritating noises if that's what people are into. Look, I can. There's a piece of plastic here. It's quite irritating, isn't it? I don't really understand. We get the ASMR when you open the Pokemon cards close to the mic. All right. I have plenty on the GoPro recordings. Plenty. Chris has got GoPro recordings of me and Anna singing at the top of our voice in the car to Disney songs. He can't release because of copyright. He knows they exist. Now you know they exist too, but you know he's heard them. Hydrate. We're losing against Sunderland after I've just been dissing them. What was the final count on broken cameras? Just the 2 broken cameras in the end. But, I mean, I did most of the videos just with my phone in the end. Because you can't take selfie sticks or tripods into Disneyland. So the only working cameras I had were my massive big camera that you have to put on a tripod. So there was no way of using that. I wasn't going to carry that around Disneyland, so I couldn't use that. Or I had my little DJI Pocket, which I tried using and just could not get it to stop wandering around all over the place. And the audio on it was very tinny. So in the end, pretty much all of the videos from Disney have been filmed on my phone. Took all those cameras with me, spent all that money on cameras over the years, only to film a whole bunch of videos just using a phone. I release the videos and demonetize them just for a laugh? No. Perhaps I'll put them on Patreon. Perhaps that's how we reignite Patreon. Me and Anna singing in the car. Right, come on. Let's do what we did against Birmingham. We know we can come back from behind. We're very good at doing football. How did I break 2 cameras at the start of my holiday? I took one of them in a swimming pool and it got wet. And the other one got broke in my bag. The folding screen snapped off it. Easy, really. But they were both broken before we checked into the hotel in France. Which I think is quite impressive. Oh, lovely pass. Lovely goal. Beautiful stuff. Yeah, it was one of the little. The annoying thing is the one that broke was one of the little G7Xs that I've got about 4 of, and I thought I only need to take one, and of course I broke it. Disallowed. Ridiculous. I think it was a good goal. I'm considering this 1-0, 1-1 still, because that should have been allowed because it was a lovely goal. Right. Come on, gentlemen. I praised Brooks, and now he's got rubbish. Just immediate rubbishness. Armitage WTT, thank you very much for 6 months in advance. Beautiful stuff. No pressure, Kev, but you've got a stream for the next 6 months now. Oh, thank you very much. Well, that's what I get for picking on Sunderland. That was an opportunity for us to move back into the automatic promotion spots because Burnley dropped points as well. And we have bottled it. Lovely. Does this mean we play West Ham next? Usually you have a terrible result just before you play the big cup game. So I imagine that's what's about to happen. What is going on? Why is this taking so long? It's only take a few moments. Well, it didn't. It took ages. Really? Is the save finally dying? Can it not cope anymore? Have we got too deep? Fingers crossed it's not that. So we play West Brom then. So we're not even playing West Ham soon. So there was no explanation for being poor there. I guess just sometimes things don't go your way. Let that be a lesson for life, everybody. Sometimes things just don't go your way. Right. Come on. Right. Let's have a look to see what my person thinks I should sign. Finley Livingston. Okay. Ooh. A Brazilian free agent striker. Yes, we'll have a little look at him. Of course we'll have a little look at him. He seems right up my street. Love a free agent. Love a Brazilian. There's quite a few free agents appearing here. We're going to have trialists appearing for the end of the window. Not that we've got any money. We're already over our wage budget. So there's not really much point in bringing these trialists in. We can't afford to sign any of them because the board are being wangs. Ugh. Waffle418, thank you very much for the sub. And mods, can we deal with the return of the guy who's always here saying the same thing? I'm fed up of him. Just ban him. Yeah, definitely ban him now. He's called me a racist. Oh, my word. Permanent ban. Please and thank you. What a weird. He turns up like once a week with a variation of that same username, tells me how good Christian Pulisic is, and then gets annoyed when we tell him to shut up about Christian Pulisic. It's such a weird thing. Oh, my word. Right, I don't think we're signing Sinval. He's not as good as what we've already got. And he's too old. Yeah, we're not going to bring in any of these guys. Imagine having that much time to devote to being a troll. It's the fact, I mean, he's obviously doing quite well to get around the Twitch auto modding system, because the fact that he keeps registering new accounts, the auto mod should be picking that up and just timing him out immediately. So he's obviously using a VPN. Perhaps he's using NordVPN. That'd be my favorite thing. He's bought NordVPN using my discount to make it easier to troll me and get around the auto mod system, which is perfect. He'll be back in a few minutes. He's just got to set up a new account, so we can all ask him ourselves. Perhaps we'll try and keep him around for a minute, see if we can get him to say anything sensible. Try and get him to explain why he's as weird as he is. He's loving the fact we're talking about him. This has made his day. I've just arrived. I assume we're talking about the Pulisic guy. Yes, of course. What's my opinion on Pulisic? I couldn't care less about him. I like the fact he pronounces his own name wrong. That level of confidence in a man, I am all for that. Felt like I'd made it as a streamer when he made it into my stream. Amazing. My holiday was excellent, thank you. I have a cowboy hat, which should give you everything you need to know when it comes to how good was my holiday. I came home with a cowboy hat. Come on, do a football. Oh, we're not second anymore. We had gone up to second, but Burnley have just done an equaliser against Brentford. This is the longest I've looked at a screen in a week, and my eyes are like, oh, Kev, what are you doing? Why are you looking at screens again? We thought you'd given all this up. Sorry, eyes. This is our job. I catch the episode of Porn Stars where they describe it. I mean, I've seen the clip on Twitter. I don't watch that show, but I have seen the clip. How is the save going? Beautifully. We're Leamington and we're winning against West Brom in the league. That means it's going very well. I will hydrate. Although this is the last of my coffee that I brought in with me, so I'm going to have to fetch a different beverage. I was so ill prepared for this stream. I need another beverage. What kind of monster comes into a stream of only one beverage? One beverage, Chapman. Kevy, one drink. Ridiculous. Right, we will take being 1-0 up against West Brom at half-time. Shadow Force, thank you very much for the prime. We are cruising back towards 400 subs, which is nice after a week off. Looking pretty likely we're going to hit back up to 400 subs in the first stream back, which is nice. Keeps the wolves from the door, which is exactly where I want the wolves, far away from the door. Brentford have just now equalised against Burnley. If Posh get to stay up, how do you think they'll do next year? Well, based on how we finish the season, probably lower mid-table. We have looked pretty good in the final third of the season. I think it's very unlikely we get to stay up. Right, come on, chaps. Let's have another goal. That'll do. That's a £2.6 million football goal right there. Thank God you've at work. Afternoons were incredibly dull last week. I verged on being productive. Well, we'll deal with all that this week. No productivity allowed. How will they get to stay up? I mean, there's rumours of Reading getting another points deduction because they're still cheating. So our manager mentioned it in his post-match press conference on Saturday. It's a massive long shot. My 2 cents is if Reading are punished further, then they'll probably just start saying, well, all these other teams should be punished too, and it'll just be messy. I'm all in favour of all the teams that have cheated being punished. Because Posh won't be punished and will stay up. I mean, ultimately, Reading are the ones with a suspended points deduction who have continued to break the rules after it was handed out to them. So there's a very strong argument they should be punished, and they should have been punished in March or May or whenever it was, must be March, when they submitted their accounts and it was clear they were still cheating. They should have been punished immediately. How do they break the rules? Massively overspending on players they can't afford. Like saying, yes, I robbed a shop, but you shouldn't punish me. Those are people who've stolen less things, so don't do any of them. Yeah, absolutely. Ultimately, I think Derby should be shouting louder than anybody, asking for Reading to get a further deduction. Derby's points deductions, getting 2 in one season, has directly led to them getting relegated. If they hadn't have had the points deduction, they stay up. So if Reading get to stay up on the basis of not getting one of the points deductions they're owed, even though Derby are still getting relegated either way, I would expect Derby to be pretty miffed. And I imagine if, as someone said there, Derby are due another deduction next season, I would again suggest Derby would be very much in favour of everybody getting their points deductions now, including them. Because it's not going to do them any more harm this year, but it could affect their chances of coming back up again next year. Ultimately, teams that cheat should be punished, because then the teams that didn't cheat, like Posh, don't have to get relegated. Even though we absolutely deserve to get relegated this season. I guess the question is, when they're deducted, Derby got off of it last season. There's a precedent there. No, I get that. But we can but hope. I need eye drops. I've got some eye drops somewhere. My eyes are I've been sat here for an hour. My eyes are screaming. They're not happy with this situation at all. I didn't start reading Chelsea. Well, that's the main reason I didn't start it, because we always knew that there might be a chance that by the time I got around to doing rebuilding Chelsea, it wouldn't be an option. And let's face it, rebuilding Everton is going to be much more fun. And we'll definitely be doing that if they get relegated. Ronnie Edwards isn't really playing for us. We're paying him a lot of money as well. You know what? We'll terminate it. That's fine. Bye, Ronnie. Suspect Scunny were cheating to allow Bristol Rovers to get promoted. 7 youth reserve players in. I mean, that was brilliant, though. Yeah, Northampton not getting promoted is brilliant. Scunthorpe played those players because they didn't have any other players available, didn't they? Everton aren't going to go down. It'll be Leeds. See, that's less fun. Leeds just going back to where they're supposed to be. Leeds are a championship club. They used to be good a couple of generations ago, but they've had their little stay in the Premier League. Now they're going back where they belong. And they'll stay there for the next 20 years. There you go. Someone confirmed. Scunthorpe have been playing the youth players for a while. But Schalke's just about ruled out now they've been promoted. I doubt I'll ever do that save now. Bosch going back down to League One where they deserve to be. Yeah, I agree. Historically, we absolutely are a League One team. We're a mid-table League One team. We've been punching above our weight for 10 years. And Leeds are a top half championship team who've been punching above their weight for the last couple of years. What football club do I support and why? Peterborough, because they're my local team. Well, they were my local team. And my dad supports them. And they're the first team I ever went to see when I was 8 years old. Yaleykins, thank you very much for 3 months. Right, playing Luton. Peterborough Sports. Yeah, we'll be doing a Peterborough Sports save. Well, non-Leeds Legend will be starting with Peterborough Sports on FM23. Definitely very excited to do that. They will be our starting team. Oh, good. A nice kit clash. Lovely stuff. Talking of Luton, another thing that's happened since my last stream, TwitchCon tickets finally went on sale. Are any of you not going to TwitchCon? I'm going to TwitchCon. It's going to be fun. Not a glory hunter like Jack and Ben. Obviously, exactly. That's exactly it. Not a glory hunter. That being said, as a kid, I had a Sheffield Wednesday shirt, a Blackburn shirt, an Arsenal shirt, a Rangers shirt. That might be it. So I did my fair share of glory hunting as a kid. I've always been a posh fan. Did you get the link from Luton as they play in Orange and TwitchCon is in Holland? No, it's because I'm flying from Luton to go to TwitchCon, to go to Amsterdam. So that's yeah, that's where the link there came from. We are flying from Luton. Will I continue to save on Twitch? What, this save? Oh, if next year, if I leave Peterborough Sports, I don't know. We did it this year because we were at Leamington for so long and it just felt right to carry it on. We don't know how we're going to feel about Peterborough Sports. I glory hunted my youth away supporting United, paying for it now. Excellent. So you're not doing the network game live from a camper van? No, afraid not. That's a lovely finish from Webb. Chaos at the back. I don't think Dr. Ben's coming to TwitchCon. So we can't do the network game there. Jack and Zealand are both coming, I think. We'll have to get someone in Ben cosplay. My dad decided to take me to watch the Cobblers. I think he's not so secretly hates me. Brilliant. The anti-glory hunting experience is supporting Tottenham for 12 years. Nice. My brother has moved to Portugal. Who to support? What, you want a Portuguese team to support? The one nearest his house. I used to have the new TwitchCon badge, but it disappeared a few days ago. Very sad. I mean, I'm still not showing on the who's going list, which upsets me a little bit. I bought a ticket the moment it went on sale, and I'm still not showing on the which partners are going thing. Where is Ben? He hasn't streamed for a week. Maybe he's having a week off after the showdown. I've not spoken to anyone really while I've been on holiday, so I don't know. Is Peterborough Sports going to the National League North next season? I imagine so. I understand the who do I support question. If you move to a town in a new country and they have a team, then bingo. Yeah, exactly. Easy peasy. Have I ever destroyed someone's career on FM just because? I mean, we were just talking about Ben, weren't we? Oh, you mean players? Don't know. I don't think so. This is where we find out if he's lurking or not. Sometimes he's in here lurking, isn't he? He won't let that one go if he's lurking. Am I far away from my closest possible non-intelligent team in the National League South? I mean, it was a few years ago, St Albans. We did St Albans in the National League South. It just depends on who goes up and who goes down. The last few years, there's been lots of promotions near where I live. Since St Albans, we've had Kings Lynn, Kettering, and then I moved house, and Leamington were closer than others. So yeah, and now Peterborough Sports coming up. Yeah, we have started in the south once at St Albans. Back when I used to live in Peterborough. Andy, thank you very much for 3 months. Yeah, Banbury and Brackley are both nearer to my house than any teams in the south would be. So unless there's some mass relegations coming up, I'm a few years away from starting in the National League South. FM54 will be managing a team in London. I mean, I imagine it'd be sooner than that. St Albans is basically London, isn't it? So I got pretty close to London before. That was a good goal. Oh no, we're not in London. So, look, to anyone not in that area, St Albans is basically London. You're like a short bike ride from a tube stop. There isn't tube actually in St Albans, is there? But you can get there's tube in Watford, which is just down the road. I used to work in Hatfield, so I wasn't a gazillion miles away from St Albans. Everyone in Hatfield used to think they were London hard men, even though it's very much Hertfordshire. What possessed me to work in Hatfield? Money. Money, 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 money. Plus the Galleria's cool, isn't it? Got the next outlet in there. To me, inside M25 is London, outside M25 is not. Yeah, I think that's pretty much how most people consider it. Londoners would probably argue, and the good people of the of like Essex and Kent and Surrey and wherever else. I've said Watford isn't London. Watford's outside of the M25, isn't it? Or is it? I can never work. Because you turn left off the M25 to get to Watford, I'm not sure if you then go back under it. It might be inside. I get confused about exactly where Watford is in comparison to the M25. Doesn't Southend Airport have the name London Southend? Yeah. But then so's London Luton, London Stansted. None of them are in London. Watford's inside the M25. Okay. So then, yeah, Watford is London then. Birmingham is definitely the north. I'm from Bournemouth. Birmingham is not the north. Although, I mean, one of my definitions of the north does put Birmingham in the north, because one of my definitions of the north has always been, do they talk weird? If they talk weird, then it's the north. And they definitely talk weird in Birmingham. So you could, on that definition, I guess Birmingham is in the north, because they talk weird. Middlesbrough want Kai Edwards. I mean, if they're going to give us £15 million for him, we'll probably take it, because he's never going to be good enough to play in the Premier League. He turns 28 before the end of the season. If they come in and offer big money, I'll almost sacrifice promotion to go for it. This guy is on the transfer list. I mean, he would be a cracking signing. We just buy him, please. He wouldn't get a work permit. We'd have to pay 18 million for him to get a work permit. Okay, well then maybe we're not getting him then. We the North do not take Birmingham and their funny accents. I had to go to school with some of those pretend hard people from Hatfield. When I worked in Hatfield, it was the only time I ever saw drug deals taking place outside my office window. I was back in Birmingham over the weekend going go-karting, been away so long. A guy I recalled needed the guy. Oh, yeah, needing subtitles. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not even that far from Birmingham anymore. 12.5 million to Middlesbrough is bonkers. I don't want to be involved in deadline day. We're declining it. I just want deadline day to end. I need to tell how much you need to pay to get someone a work permit. I don't know. It's just said at the bottom of the screen. It doesn't normally say that. In the Black Country, as much as I'd love to jump on Brummies, I can't talk about accents. I mean, you're going to hate this thing then. To everyone else, you've just told us you're from Birmingham. It's only people from Birmingham and the Black Country that think there's a difference between the two. Everyone else, all the rest of us are like, yeah, you are the same. you talk identically. And I realise you're now very upset. So, hold on. I couldn't loan him. I literally went to try and loan this guy and it wouldn't let me loan him. But apparently my director of football can loan him. I wasn't even allowed to put a loan offer in. Definitely different. And yes, I'm originally from Brum. I mean, it's exactly the same. uh Oh, he looks fancy. He's got a real human face. He's a real boy. What was he doing for? He's a real boy who spent 5 years in prison by the looks of it. What on earth has happened there? I'm from Dudley in the Black Country. We hate being called Brummies. I know you do. That's one of the reasons I did it. It amuses me. What is this? What's going on now? All of a sudden we're making £1 million offers for players. I don't sign off on this. He wouldn't even be our best right back. No, thank you. No, thank you. Oh, Denanga. We love a Denanga around here. Oh, apparently we've made an offer for him. Oh, there you go. We've made an offer for Denanga. Pronunciation of Dudley is ridiculous. What? Dudley? Rummy born and bred were definitely not the same. I'm not. You obviously can tell the difference, but to us, you sound the same. I mean, I can tell the difference between a Peterborough accent and a Northampton accent. They're very, very distinct accents. But the rest of you are just like, yeah, you just all sound like your generic sort of southeast-ish. And then you got the Fen accent, which is different again. And then you go a little bit further and you get that Norwich accent, which is like a more of a twist on a Fen accent. But I acknowledge that to the rest of the world, we all sound the same. Right, who's this guy? What's his story? Paulo Jose. 31-year-old. Why does my director of football think we need a right back? I don't think we do need a right back. I mean, the chances of us getting Weaver again are probably fairly slim. But we don't need to bring in a 31-year-old right now. Walk away. We have bus stops in Northampton. People from Dudley live in Birmingham and sound like Brummies. What's the difference? I'm lost here. Exactly. As a non-Brit, I probably couldn't even tell the difference between Birmingham and Scouse. I bet you could. Who the hell is this guy? Hakeem Thomas. We had him on loan before, many years ago. Like 6 years ago, we had him on loan. I do like reuniting with old boys, but not necessarily for the best part of £1 million for a guy who's going to be a backup. So, no thank you. You're all right. Hydrate. I haven't got anything to hydrate with. I'm going to have to go exploring. You're about to see my bum crack because I've got to go. Oh, see what I said about my knees. Oh, that hurt. Oh, my knees. I need to go to the doctor. Right, what have we got? Oh, my hat fell down. There we go. Hey, this is my new obsession. 7-Up free. Drank a lot of this. Drank a lot of it in France. Only to be sold as part of a multi-pack. Oh, my word. Seeing that around the top of this can, I need to chat with the Europeans out there. Because I don't understand it. Bunch of savages. This shop at the hotel, where they sold the little supermarket there, that sold pop in multi-packs, water in multi-packs, milk in multi-packs. It just was absolute carnage because every single one of them was ripped open and had cans and bottles and stuff pulled out of them. Trying to find a complete 6-pack of 7-Up free, it was close to impossible. What is it? Who is it? Is it just the French? Who is tearing open all of the multi-packs in the shop and taking everything out of them? Absolute savages. Maybe it was just a Disneyland thing. I need Europeans to confirm if that's something you do. You just tear open multi-packs in the shop and help yourself to however many you want. Whereas here in the UK, literally says only to be sold as part of a multi-pack. You can't rip this open and just buy one can. This one can doesn't even have a barcode on it. Could be other tourists. It's certainly not British people. It's common practice in many European countries. It happens in the Netherlands too, though mainly with litre bottles and stuff. I've seen that elsewhere in Europe too. What is it with you? Why? Why are you doing it? Who buys milk in multi-packs? The French, apparently. They don't sell milk in fridges. Definitely happens all over France. Oh, totally normal in Germany. Who do it all the time in the US, so probably all over. Oh, it's hideous. As someone who lives in France, you don't usually see many English people trying to buy 20 cans of 7-Up at a given time. I mean, I wanted a 6-pack. Is it so unreasonable? I'm staying in a hotel. I don't want to carry 5 cans balanced on top of each other. I just want to hold a 6-pack so I can walk it back. Normal in Spain, you just rip open and take what you want. That is monstrous. I couldn't live in that world. My word. There were several times last week that me and Anna said, we should move here. This is great. Not if that's normal. I cannot go into a shop knowing that it's a lottery whether or not I'll be able to get a complete 6-pack. You Anglo-Saxons buy everything in bulk. Yeah, because we're normal. If something... I mean, do you just open up the box of Frosties and take a handful? Oh, I only need one day's breakfast. I'm just going to fill up my bowl with Frosties and be on my way. Where's the line? Oh... I work for Tesco and people are always ripping open the long life stuff. Long life milk multi-packs. Frustrates me no end. Just don't buy in bulk. I mean, I want to buy in bulk. I'm not going to go to the supermarket and buy 1 can of 7-Up. If I'm going all the way to a supermarket, I'm buying enough 7-Up to last me a week. Fresh milk in Spain is a myth. Oh, yeah, it was like that in France as well. Couldn't find fresh milk. Yeah, I was flabbergasted. Flabbergasted at the state of the fridge. It just looked like a bomb had gone off in there. The line is, if it says multi, you can take it apart. That is hideous. Feels like a network game debate. No, because everyone will be on my side. We're not savages. Remind me again on Thursday. If Zealand defends the savages, I don't know if I can associate with him anymore. Right, I was supposed to actually be hydrating. That's why I fetched this drink, wasn't it? I haven't actually opened it yet. Oh, Doigie's got a bruised ankle. Hoping for a double up network game this week. I mean, you'll be lucky. We're too busy. I'm probably not streaming until the network game after this because it's such a busy week again. It's just getting to that. It's getting to that time of year where everyone's busy a lot. Tomorrow, I'm finally going to see Doctor Strange, so I can't stream tomorrow. Wednesday, we've got yet another social worker meeting for Andy because he's about to leave school and there's lots going on. So I think my next stream will be Thursday for the network game, and then hopefully we'll be back on Friday with more of this. Right, it is FA Cup 4th round day. We are off to West Ham. We know this game is worth a big pile of money to us. We love money around these parts. Wouldn't it be nice if we could win the football match, though? Any news on if it'll be afternoon or evening this week? It's usually safe to assume it's going to be in the evening unless there's a reason to move it to the afternoon. We consider 7 till 11 usual time, and then it moves if there's a reason it needs to move. So it's moved previously because of parents' evenings and football matches, and that's about it. So I don't know. Is there a massive football match on Thursday night? If there is, one of us will mention it on Wednesday afternoon, and we'll move the stream to the afternoon. Otherwise, assume it's in the evening. Oh, Kai Edwards is in the form of his life. Because Zealand can't wake up by 9 a.m. It's more because Zealand has such a large US audience that there's not much interest in watching Football Manager streams at 9 a.m. So I think he does better if he streams in his version of the afternoon, which means the rest of us do it in the evening. North London Derby, decider of top 4. Well, then it might be in the afternoon, I guess. I'll let them judge. I'm in Kidderminster for some National League North playoff action with Boston on Thursday night. What a time to be alive. Off to Kidderminster. Right. Come on. Let's beat West Ham. It'd be lovely. I'd love it if we beat them. It'd be beautiful. The North London Derby that big anymore. It's like watching two elderly men fight to get on the bus first. I mean, if it's to decide 4th place, that's quite big. Unless the Premier League has turned into Germany or Scotland and we only have a couple of teams that have got any chance of doing anything. Or Spain or anything. The good thing about the Premier League was always that you had so many teams that were quite good. We've not turned into a 2-team league, surely. Surely. Oh, we are getting ruined with this ball over the top. Yikes. Come on, the cash man, do your thing. Are there clubs you've managed in previous versions of FM you'd like to manage on Twitch? Schalke. That might be where we end up doing Schalke. Now they've got promoted in. Can't really do it on YouTube. The story's not there. We could potentially manage Schalke on Twitch because I've got all the gear. I've probably forgotten teams that I'd like to go back and manage one day. It was not on the agenda a month ago to go back and manage Tour after 5 years or nearly 6 years. But then I stumbled across what had happened to them in real life. So that suddenly made it more interesting. So you never know what might happen. Would I start at the beginning of 21-22? It depends on when I do it. I'm not necessarily saying I'm doing it on this game, but at some point. How many leagues do I currently have loaded? I've got all the big European leagues and Brazil and Argentina, I think. So 7 countries. Don't know how many leagues it adds up to, because they all go quite deep down. And we've just equalised against West Ham. Is Paris expensive? I didn't actually go into Paris. We only went as far as Disney, which, yes, is quite expensive because it's Disney. Come on, we can beat West Ham. It's a sellout, 60,000 attendance, which means nearly £2 million into the coffers for us. And if we win, even more money in the next round. We made it to the semi-final last year. Let's go and win the FA Cup. Why not? Who's going to stop us? Exactly. None of you. None of you are going to stop us. It's ours for the taking. Oh, we've got new boy Cardo Denanga sat there on the bench. Just waiting for the new Brighton team to show up in the pyramid again. My sister-in-law's house is right next to where the centre spot would have been when they were league in the show. Oh, nice. I'd say the very cheap end is more expensive than London, but your average place is cheaper, in my experience. What, Paris? Is that what we're talking about? Oh! Come on, let's have a winner. I mean, the fact that we're keeping things so tight against a Premier League team shows we're ready for our promotion. We'll get promoted this year, please and thank you. Roberts is so comfortable on the ball. Oh, dear me. Oh, that's not ideal. Attack. Encourage. €3.50. See, I don't know how much a pint is these days. It's many a long year since I purchased a pint. I know when I first started going to pubs in the late 90s, like £1.40 for a pint. Is that not normal anymore? Oh, the cash man is rubbish, isn't he? He really is rubbish. I have to pay £500 in Leeds City Centre. Yikes. May we have a weather report? Yeah, it's warm. Warm and sunny out there today. Took Andy to the dentist this morning. Lovely weather. £3 to £4 is standard near me. £5 in the city centre. That's bonkers. So glad I don't drink. Kiva, thank you for 10 months. £4.50 to £5.50 in Bournemouth, depending on where you go. That is mad. I'd want a pint of gold for £5.50. A pint of prawns, please. This saving is taking a while. Right, at least we are still second in the league, and that should have given us a big financial boost again. Weirdly, not as much money as we made last time, which I don't really understand. Last time it was like 1.8 million. This time only 1.4, which I don't really get, but it's a nice little bit of cash. Come in handy. And Roberts wants an improved contract. I mean, I guess that is fair. He is arguably our most important player now that Scott has left. I'm not giving him that, though. Oh, he wants a sell-on fee thingy, does he? We'll see about that. I mean, I gave it to him. £2.40 for a pint at my local, 5 minutes down the road. It's about £5 a pint. Yikes. £6 plus in London, inside the M25. Good clarification on what London is. Travel expenses. I wouldn't have thought so. Here in Sweden, it's like £7 to £8 if you do the conversion. Yikes. Further from Solihull and Coventry. I don't think it's that. That wouldn't affect the gate receipt. Right, Birmingham are bottom of the league. I don't feel quite so happy about putting 8 goals past them now. Now I see how rubbish they are. £9 converted in Perth, Australia, in the city. Maybe 7 at your local if you're lucky. Wowzers. Wowzers. That's expensive. There's Le. We were talking about him earlier. Australia's expensive, but the wages are higher to match. Well, let's go. Let's all go to Australia then. Gate receipts possibly depend on the round you're in. I imagine more if you made it further in the competition. Maybe. Swole Quackers, thank you for 4 months. There you go. Roberts has got his new contract. Beautiful. And now he's injured immediately. He's hurt his groin celebrating his new contract. Not amused. "700 games in management. What a Leamington legend I must be by now. Am I even on the favoured personnel list? Oh, it's on there. Oh, I am a Leamington legend. When did that happen? I feel like I might have already known that and I've just forgotten. I am the Leamington legend. Why is the ground not named after me then? David Roberts and his Brazilian wife ruining him so he can't play against Birmingham. Because as you recall, as is official Leamington law, David Roberts did spend 18 months in Brazil just to get himself a wife. That's why he was there. That was his wife hunting phase. Found himself a nice Brazilian lady and came back home again. You missed my sub, you monster. I am a monster. There you go. I see it now. Smithy, thank you for 12 months from 18 minutes ago. That could have been when I stepped out of the room to fetch my beverage. Then I wouldn't have seen it. Football! Come on. Do. Right, come on then. Give us the league table. Now all we care about is avoiding the playoffs and going up automatically. That's our only priority now. The local derby again. Let's put 8 past them again. I was having a rant. I mean, that does sound like me. What was I ranting about? I can't remember what I was ranting about 20 minutes ago. Oh, I needed that burp. I'd been sat here the last few minutes thinking, am I having a heart attack? I don't think I am. But I'll just keep an eye on this situation. Just had a big burp, which I hope I muted properly. And now I feel absolutely fine. No heart attacks here. So this is good. I mean, try not to be too alarmed. If I was actually having a heart attack, I would sit here for several minutes just streaming as normal, thinking, I wonder if I'm having a heart attack. And then I'll probably just collapse live on stream. So, oh, the multi-pack rant. Well, I mean, that's fair. If you were silly enough to sub during something so important, then that's why you were ignored. It now seems completely reasonable. Matthew, thank you for 26 months. What a long time. Yikes. So, like, if you get a pack of, like, a 12 bag of crisps, you just open that up and have a... But then, you didn't have individual sized packs of crisps anywhere. Is that just a British thing? Having a portion of crisps in a bag? Everywhere else in the world, you seem to just get a sack of crisps that you're expected to share with the rest of the room. Or put a peg on. So uncivilized. I want individually portioned snacks. Individual sized crisps is incredibly British. US has a small packs of crisps too. I always assumed in the US they call them individual bags, but they're the size of the massive ones. I also was very fascinated on our last day. We had a meal in the restaurant at the hotel, and there was this French, I assume they were French, family at the next table along from us. And it was fascinating because they all ordered different food and then just started passing their plates around to each other and all helping themselves to different bits off of different plates. Meanwhile, me and Anna had both ordered the exact same pizza, individual, and I can just imagine if her hand came near my plate, she would lose it. They were just all sharing and swapping. Bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. My food's my food. Hands off. All my observations. How did I know they were French? Because they weren't using proper words. I didn't understand a word they were saying. What a goal! Oh my word! What a goal! Just getting back on topic. Let's just have a little look at this one. The hairband crew. We've now got a third member of the hairband posse. And they're all extraordinary. Scoobert, thank you for 4 months. New podcast idea, international relations with Kev. Look, if it gets me free holidays, I'm all for it. Did I not shout pandemic at them? I don't think there was a pandemic in France. I didn't see a mask the whole week. They obviously got away without there being one there. I couldn't understand them, so they were from France or Scotland or the north. Maybe. No, I can usually understand people from the north. My audition for GB News. No. I got a little bit confused about the whole passing their plates around stuff. Because I couldn't work out that it was more the logistics of it I couldn't work out. Because if everyone starts with a full plate, who's making the first move to overfill their plate? Or are they getting, surely for it to work, you need everyone to have a full plate, and then you need at least one entirely empty plate. So the first person can take a little bit from everybody, and then everyone has a gap to take a little bit of someone else's. If everyone's starting with a completely full plate, how is the swapping working? I don't understand. Have I really never done that? Of course I've never done that. I order the food that I want and then I eat it. What if someone takes the stuff you took? Again, excellent point. I'm taking the best bit of Anna's pizza, and then someone else comes along and takes that piece. The only way that's acceptable is a Chinese. I mean, it's not. When we get a Chinese, all the boxes get put on the counter in the kitchen, and then we just serve up our individual plates and go and sit down at the table. We're not putting them on our plates, and then I'm not leaning over and scooping off of Anna's plate. I want food, I order it. If you want the food you want, order it yourself. Exactly. This is reminding me of Smithy's Indian takeaway from Gavin and Stacey. I mean, he made an excellent point, though. He was right. It's communal food. There's no such thing as communal food. I've never heard of anything so insane. Communal food. There's my food and everyone else's food. Communal food. Why don't we just... I want to wear one of your shoes. It makes no sense. Oh, I like your trousers. Can I try them on? No, they're my trousers. Obviously you can't wear them. So why do you think you can have someone wear lasagna? A buffet is different. A buffet, everyone, you have the central food area and everyone is taking from that. You don't go to a buffet, get back, load up your plate, get back to your table, and then start taking food off the people you're eating with. You just all get it from the buffet. People do try on each other's clothes. Absolute lunatics. Why are they doing that? Some restaurants serve things family style where you order a few plates for the whole table. I mean, that is not how my family do things. Tapas, again, is different. With tapas, you're not taking food off of other people's plates. You have some plates of food that you will then take a bit off of. But you're not taking anything off of my plate, and I'm not taking anything off of your plate. There's the plate, the serving plate, and then you take a little bit off of that. That's different to what I'm describing. That's okay. What I'm describing is you order a meal for yourself and someone else has something off your plate and you take something off their plate. That was the thing that was insane. Not a violent person, but if someone took food off my plate, I'd kill them. Yeah, exactly. And you'd be completely within your rights to do so as far as I'm concerned. Ah, I sound like a germaphobe. It's got nothing to do with germs. It's to do with, that's my dinner, leave it alone. Oh. Sometimes I eat half of my food and the other person eats half of theirs and then we switch plates. I mean, that wouldn't work with me because I eat my entire meal in the time it takes Anna to eat a quarter of hers. So there'd be a lot of waiting around if we did that system. And even then, I don't want I don't want someone else's leftover dinner. That's just, I mean, that's horrible. I'll just eat my dinner, thanks. So why are you in prison? Someone ate my spring roll off my plate. Fair reason. That's not even how the conversation would go. So why are you in prison? Someone ate a spring roll off my plate. Oh, sorry, my mistake. You shouldn't be here. Here, let me open the door for you. You can go home. Obviously, you've got no business being here. You acted completely reasonably. My grandpa used to order food he knew my grandma liked in the knowledge she'd want to swap with him after seeing them. I order food that I know Anna doesn't like just to make sure she doesn't start eyeing up my dinner. What about bread? Ever have bread in the middle of the table to share? That's different, though. If you're ordering garlic bread to share and it's in the middle of the table, that's different. But if I order a garlic bread for me, you can't just take some off my plate. You've got to understand they're different. Oh, I was furious. I almost had to go over there and put a stop to it and make them all swap back. Because it was putting me off my pizza. I always order steak as I know the wife doesn't like it. That's how it should be. Oh. His beard looked a lot darker before this rant. Yeah. I mean, I've got myself cross now. I've got myself very worked up. I need to have a sit down. Oh. And then I imagine they went and started taking all of the 7-Up out of the multi-packs. That's the other thing. Getting back to the drinks again. I know we've covered this, but why are there 4 or 5 multi-packs that have all had 1 or 2 taken out of? What? If you're going to tear the multi-pack apart, which I'm still not on board with, but if you're going to do it, at least take the ones out of the ones that are already open and leave some sealed for the people who want to buy them all. Don't be opening every single one of them. So cross. This is why I shouldn't go on holiday. It's just made me angry. Oh. People probably think the open ones are older. Oh, goodness me. I give up. Ugh, I don't want the ones someone else has opened. I'm going to open a new one. Yeah, interesting that. You don't want the ones someone else has had their fingers all over and opened up and left in the fridge. You don't want those ones. Interesting. How do you think the next person feels then? That's why you don't do it at all. So cross. So yeah, I'm glad to be home. Oh. Let's have a football goal. Oh my word, what a finish. What a finish. Who hurt you, Kev? The people at the next table. Let's have a look at this, though. Oing. That was Tipper-esque. What if you only want one item and not the whole multi-pack? Then don't take the multi-pack one. Go to the... Like, if we're talking about cans of drinks, there should be a separate fridge at the front of the shop where the individual cans are. Go there. Don't rip open the multi-packs, you monster. People do it if there's no individual cans for sale. If there's no individual cans for sale, go to a better shop that's properly stocked. I respect the can that says only to be sold as part of a multi-pack. No barcodes on it. Oh, Kai Edwards. What multi-pack items have not for individual sale on? They do in the UK, apparently not in Europe. There's no individual barcode on this can. You literally couldn't take this out of a pack and go and buy it because there's no barcode on it. Apparently not the case in Europe. I need to calm down and give myself tummy ache. Us Brits are far more civilized than these continental brutes. Well, I wasn't going to put it exactly like that, but you know. Oh, Webb is having a lovely time. What a goal again. He is having a stunning game. This is wonderful centre forward play. Would I be interested in a football club owner standalone game? I'd be interested enough to have a look. I can't imagine it's something that I would play consistently. I think it would get boring pretty quickly. Go on, give it to Webb. Let him have his hat trick. Need to calm down. Need to stop talking about this. Right, we're still 5 points behind Norwich. I'd quite like to win the league, but I guess promotion is the main goal. There's a game called Football Chairman, is there? Like I say, probably not interested enough to invest a lot of time into it, but I'd be tempted to have a look. Oh, it's a mobile game. See, that rules it out for me. I'm too old for mobile games. Mobile games make my neck hurt. It's a toilet game. I see. There's a nice little gap opening up between us and Burnley and Leeds. A very nice little gap. Lovely work from Godwin. I mean, we do play some lovely football. Oh, that deserved to be his hat-trick goal. That was going to be the greatest hat-trick in history if that one goes in. He is in fine form. He's just trying anything from anywhere. Here you go. Hat-trick now, surely, for Webb. He rounds the goalkeeper. I mean, it's still pretty close to the best hat-trick ever. Ed Webb, what a second half of the season this man is having. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I wonder if there's any chance of us signing him permanently. On loan from Brighton. I don't know. We're going to be in the Premier League next year. I want him in our team. He's having a phenomenal game. Right, come on, chaps. Let's just see this one out now. Very good victory. Norwich, bearing in mind how good we are, Norwich are even better. They've got a far superior goal difference and a 5-point gap over us. They're quite good. But then I guess this is the same universe albeit without me doing the big Norwich turnaround. Norwich are quite good on Earth 1. How much of the season is left? I think we've got less than 10 games left. I'm not sure if we've still got to play Norwich. We can check that after the game and have a little look. Not really that keen on letting rot back into the game. Unacceptable, really. Not actually sure where Rotherham are in the league. I guess we could go and have a look. Norwich are only narrowly beating Barnsley, which is very interesting. What's my availability for streaming looking like this week? Well, I'm not available tomorrow because I'm going to see Doctor Strange, which, well done on not spoiling any of it so far, boys and girls. Anyone who now spoils it, now I've said that, it's just a permanent ban, instant permanent ban. Don't test me, you will get banned. Yeah, I'm off to see Doctor Strange tomorrow. We finally found a cinema who are doing a 10:30 a.m. showing, I think it is, or 10 a.m. It was pretty tricky to find one because we have to squeeze it in while Andy's at school, and most cinemas show it at like 12. Showing it at 12, we struggle to get back for 3 for when his bus gets back. But we found one that's showing at 10 a.m. but we've got to go right into the centre of Leicester to watch it. At the, is it the Showcase right in the centre of Leicester in High Cross or next to High Cross? Got to go all the way into Leicester. But we're actually getting to see Doctor Strange tomorrow, so that's tomorrow. Wednesday, we've got another one of Andy's social worker meetings. So I won't be streaming again after this until the network game on Thursday, and then I should be free on Friday this week as well to stream. So hopefully we'll get 3 streams in. That's the plan. Good old Ed Webb. What time will the network game be? Probably 7, I think. Posture check. Oh, there we go. Oh, I needed to straighten up. Excellent timing of the posture check. Right, should we have a look to see if we've still got to play Norwich? So, no, we don't. We do still have to play Burnley, though. So that game against Burnley becomes massive. Norwich have got a guy who's already scored 35 goals this season. That is ridiculous. Oh, my word. That is ridiculous. Will I be sharing popcorn at the cinema? No, I'm not a menace. If we want popcorn, we'll get a bag each. I don't really eat popcorn though. Anna will get some popcorn, and I mean, as it's in the morning, I probably won't get anything. Might get a cup of coffee. If we were seeing it at a sensible time, I'd get some Mike and Ike. I'm a Mike and Ike guy at the cinema. I like a chewy cinema snack, not a crunchy one. I imagine Anna will get popcorn. She likes to drop a popcorn. Of course we're not going to share it because we're not cavemen. You can have a traffic report. Traffic report. There is actually a parking space out front of my house right now, which is rare. But traffic is pretty good. No school bus clogging up the road today. Andy went to the dentist this morning, so he's not back at school until tomorrow. So you are pretty good driving past my house and even parking out the front there for the foreseeable. Popcorn and M&M is the best cinema snack. What's on Mike and Ike when it's at home? They're like little chewy jelly bean things. Hold on. You have to get them from the American sweet section in B&M. So I might not even get... I doubt there's a B&M in the centre of Leicester. But this is my go-to cinema snack. You get a box of them for £1 in B&M and then into the cinema. Lovely, lovely, lovely. No, I've not seen any more TNT vans recently. Not since the day I ruined my leg. There's a B&M in the middle of Leicester. Yeah, but if I'm parking in High Cross and going into the showcase, I'm not going to walk past B&M, am I? Or am I? Go to the Haymarket shopping centre. That's a bit out of the way. But I am tempted now. 5 minutes walk. I don't know if I need Mike and Ike at 10 a.m. in the morning. Mike and Ike, top class suite. I eat them when in the office. B&M's only 2 shops down. There you go. See, I did make the mistake when I was at, I think I was at Summer in the City. Must have been like 2 or 3 years ago. I got some Mike and Ike candy corn flavour, or it was some weird flavour of them. They were horrible. Hold on, I need to see. Mike and Ike corn flavour? Question. I feel like there should be a question mark. Butter, that flavour, buttered popcorn. They were horrible. Don't get them. Chewy buttered popcorn flavour candies. They were nasty. Imagine a butter flavoured jelly bean. Ugh. Ugh. So yeah, I prefer just to stick to the normal flavour. Jelly Belly did those for Harry Potter. Not great. They're butter popcorn flavoured jelly beans and they're pretty good. Well, they were not pretty good. They were pretty horrible. I would have happily shared them. You can't trust Mike's view on Mike and Ike anyway. He's probably Mike off of Mike and Ike. Him and his mate Ike make the sweets. Just Google it. 9-minute walk. Go for it. I am tempted. If I'm straying too far from the cinema, I'm going to want to go to Super Game Shack, or whatever it's called, the retro game place, and then I'm going to want to go to Forbidden Planet. But those jelly beans were some are nice and some are disgusting. Yeah, they are. I can't do it. The disgusting ones are too disgusting. The ones that have like vomit flavour in. Can't bring myself to do any of them because I do not want a snot flavoured sweet or a vomit flavoured sweet. They actually make me gag. Games Workshop is close by. I always have a look in the window, but Anna doesn't let me go in, which is for the best. Oh, this is chaos at the back. Get the ball away. Ooh. Oh, hey, commentary right there, boys and girls. That was like being on the radio. Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Like I'm painting a picture of words or noises, to be fair. Fancy of the patience to paint the little figures. Yeah, when I was a kid and I did Games Workshop, I used to get my cousin Russell to paint the figures for me. I just used to like looking at them and playing the game. Wasn't really one for doing the painting. Absolutely don't have the patience for it or a steady hand. I don't think I've seen Russell for 25 years, so if anyone knows my cousin Russell and can get him to come around and do some painting for me, then maybe I'll get back into Games Workshop. I did buy White Dwarf, yes. They used to put it aside for me at the local newsagents. I was that really cool kid who used to have White Dwarf put aside at the newsagents. Come on then, Dinanga, let's have a look at you. I was fascinated to see that White Dwarf's still going. I guess it just has quite the dedicated fan base. But even looking back now, I must have got that every month for like 3 or 4 years as a teenager. It baffles me trying to think, what on earth could they have been writing about? What on earth could they have filled an entire magazine with every month? Just talking about Games Workshop figures. What on earth was in that magazine? But then I used to get like 3 or 4 different poker magazines a month when I was playing a lot of poker. And then, again, looking at it now, what on earth were they writing about? How much is there to write about poker? Finish up non legend must say Temporary Kev is the true legend. Temporary Kev is my greatest foe. There's almost certainly going to be a series in my future where I decide to take down Temporary Kev. What was my other go-to magazines when I was younger? I used to get Match and Shoot. When I was a little bit younger, like the Beano and the Dandy. They're not really magazines, are they? But Match and Shoot. White Dwarf. I used to be the wang who'd read the NME as well, and Melody Maker was still a thing when I was a teenager. If I wanted to look like a really clever hipster, I'd get like Q magazine. Is that the highbrow music magazine? And if I just wanted to look at boobies, I'd get FHM. Never bought anime magazines. I just took up space in the news agency in my school reading them. Norwich having a 10-game unbeaten run is not ideal when we're trying to chase them to win the league. We are now 6 points clear of Burnley, though, which is super and indeed duper. Did I share my magazines, Kev? Of course I didn't. I also didn't throw them away or let my mum throw them away. I would pile them up in my room. I mean, as you can see, I'm quite the fan of hoarding the things that I'm interested in. Always been a collector. But yeah, I can't share magazines and books and things because people are hideous. I'm trying to see if there's an example of a book that I can show you it with. I mean, I don't really want to do it to any of my books. But when you get people who open a book, rather than just opening it just enough to read the page without bending the spine, when they go, and just crank it all the way open, or when they fold a magazine all the way over, oh, it makes my skin crawl. I have been known to buy new copies of magazines because my dad has got a hold of Match magazine or FHM, having a little look, and he's folded it all the way around while he's reading it. I'm like, well, I can't finish that now. You've ruined it. I'm going to get another copy. Because that's just broken. It's dead to me now. I can't read that. It's hideous. The Chosen Clown. Thank you for 3 months. Again, antics like that. Why my parents never got me looked at for autism, I do not know. It's just so many screaming signs as a kid. Yeah, you can't read a magazine if someone's folded it slightly. Is one of the wilder Kev takes. It's just horrible. Read it properly. How can you read it if you don't bend the spine? Carefully is how you can read it. Here you go. Here's my little notebook. Like this. That's fine. I can see the whole of each page. I don't need to do that with it to be able to read it. I can do it with a notebook because I open it up to write it. Just open it just enough. Just enough to be able to read it so you don't ruin it. I did see the Bristol Rovers result on Saturday and it made me very happy. You're officially crazy. I just have my quirks and foibles. Notebook is easy, but a big book is impossible. What do you mean? Have we got a big book to hand? Hold on, I've got a magazine here on my desk. As you can see, whoa! As you can see, I've been reading carefully. I have a bookmark in. But look at the way I am, as you can see by the bookmark, just under halfway through reading this. Note how it doesn't open. It doesn't sit there with the corners folded up. It still looks like a completely brand new mint condition magazine. Because I'm not a psychopath. So I'll just sit and read it like this. That's wide enough. You don't ever need it any wider than that. Some people. I'm talking like a 300-page book. Let's pick a book off the bookshelf, shall we? There you go. This is the thickest book I could easily get to, which has 396 pages in. It has been read. Hold on, we need to go full screen for this. It has been read, but look, no creasing on the spine. Doesn't pop open. Has been read. It's been read carefully, so it doesn't get ruined. That's how you do it. I'm a reasonable man. Put that there for now. Put it away properly later. Can't rush it back onto the shelf. Might crease it, then I have to buy a new one. This is why I can't share. Occasionally Anna's shown an interest in some of my books and has wanted to read them, and I just buy her a copy. I'd rather buy her a copy because she would sit there and bend the spine open completely. I'd rather just buy her another copy. Not sure if it's impressive or crazy. I acknowledge it's weird. But it's just how I am. One of my little brain quirks that make me the adorable little rascal that I am. Who else do I bend that spine before I start a book? Ugh. 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 Oh, I'd just throw it in the fire. Oh, dear. When does the new FM series start? 4 o'clock today. I'm the same. My 7-year-old isn't allowed anywhere near my comics, graphic novels, etc. Yeah, exactly. When my kids started to show an interest in comics, I just bought them Marvel Unlimited subscriptions. It's like, yeah, you can read them on your iPad. You ain't going to ruin that. You ain't touching my books. Yeah, oh, don't get me started on Jack. That's why I'm in a grumpy mood today, because Jack's got his Steam Deck because he ordered his 29 minutes earlier than I did. Mine hasn't even been, I haven't even had the email saying I can get it, like, pay for it yet. My order is still just sat there. What if a comic has a 2-page spread? Then I just have to imagine what it looked like all the way opened, or I look at it on the iPad version. Yeah, I really want my Steam Deck. I've been saving up indie games for 6 months at least. Stuff that I ordinarily would have bought on the Switch or would have sat here and played on my PC, just holding off because I know they'll fit perfectly on the Steam Deck. I do open boxes on collectibles. It's different. I just have different rules for different things. I'm not bothered about the box something comes in. I want the thing inside to be perfect. I don't pretend to understand how my brain works. I just go with it. Let it do its thing. Did I enjoy what happened to Northampton? I very much did, yes. Considering it's a season that ultimately ended in Posh getting relegated, the last day of the season couldn't have gone much better. Posh won 5-0. McDonald's bottled the playoffs. And Northampton lost out on promotion because the team scored 7 goals. Can you play FM on the Steam Deck? Theoretically, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't. Just like I wouldn't play it on my phone or my Switch or any of that. Because I've got a PC that I can play it on. But theoretically, anything you can play on Steam, you can play on the Steam Deck. Freeman Ben, thank you very much for the sub. I don't judge when it comes to sharing food. You do. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, ultimately, with everything, I'm right and everyone else is wrong. If you do things my way, that's fine. If you don't do things my way, weird. Really weird. I mean, I'm right. Just do it my way. I'm right about everything. You should know this by now. I think you can still order the Steam Decks. They're just, if you order now, you're not going to get it until like next year, I imagine. Am I doing a director's commentary with the first episode of the new series at 4? I would, if it wasn't for the fact it would completely butcher the views. There's what, 400 people sat here watching this? If we sat here and watched it together on Twitch, then that's 400 people not spiking the YouTube algorithm. So I'll be sending you over there. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the date for mine is still showing as. I haven't looked. Let's have a look. Steam Deck. Yeah, so mine is still showing as, so confirmation I ordered it the day they were available to order. It's expected Q2, April to June 2022. So any time now, I'm hoping to get the email telling me it's on its way. I really want it. Do we get to see the return of the mortgage calculator? Not in episode 1, no. Thoughts on Clates winning the showdown? I mean, that's who I backed to win it. On the on draft night, I said Clates was going to win, and then he won. We can watch them simultaneously. Yeah, but some of you wouldn't. Some of you would just watch here, and every spike to the algorithm counts. So I'll be in the chat over on YouTube, but I need everyone to be. That's why it goes out as a premiere. I need everyone watching it. It's a Clates era. That's adorable. We've both won the same amount on FM22. I won more than him on 21, and I won more than him on 20. Love to know where the era is. Right, come on, gentlemen. Things were going so well, and now we're dropping points against a bunch of clowns in mid-table. Not really what we were hoping for today. Oh, hold on. What's the thing you're supposed to do here? Oh, I can't do the shout. You're supposed to shout, aren't you? And then the free kick doesn't go in. One of the many ways Jack's tried to spoil FM22 for us. How can it be anyone's era when no one has won more than one tournament this cycle? Exactly. I mean, the fact is, it's obviously still my era. Because there's still nobody who's winning it more often than I have. So I am still the man. And if I ever decide to get back involved again, I'll win it again. We're actually changing the... This is completely uncharted territory for me. We're changing the tactic. Just slightly. You're only as good as your last win, though. Well, then I'm still pretty good, because my last win was great. Come on, gentlemen. Oh! Do we not want to get into the Premier League? What's going on? Come on, boys. Oh, blimey. That was a bit of a lunge. Come on, the cash man. Time for an assist from you. Do, 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 do. Oh, fiddlesticks. Fiddlesticks. So, double jeopardy. That's a thing then, yeah? Red card and penalty. Phenomenal. Am I in Showdown semi-retirement? I mean, it's just they're not falling right for when I'm available at the moment, are they? This last weekend of the month thing is not ideal. Because I often have stuff on the last weekend of the month. It clashed with my holiday. May is Comic-Con. June. Well, at the end of June, I don't know. Might be available at the end of June, maybe. I'm not sure. End of July. This it's just the end of July is Insomnia, I think. End of September is EGX. It just keeps clashing with stuff. Ultimately, now the world is opened up again, I'm often not available at weekends. I've talked before about how in 2019, I spent like 2 months of that year. It was like 60 nights I spent away from home. And I would suggest 50 or so of those 60 nights were in London at weekends for events. I do a lot of events. So it might needs to become a midweek thing for me for it to work. Midweek afternoons. then I'll do it every time. Yeah, I'm a special attraction like Brock in WWE. That's exactly what it is. When I show up, you know I'm winning the title. You don't need me there. That's the thing. You've got to use me sparingly, because if I'm just winning it every single time, it becomes boring. If I just turn up and win it 3 or 4 times a year, it at least keeps the other ones interesting, doesn't it? To be honest, I've really enjoyed doing the lowdowns the last couple. Quite fancy Curtis spot. It's just always on the lowdown. Get the old men on the lowdown. I turn 40 in a few months. Perhaps it's time to hang up the crown and become the lowdown guy. Less work. Much more relaxed weekend doing the lowdown. Gotta push for 10 times before I hang it up, surely. I'll get there. I'm sure I will do more showdowns. It's just not likely to be every one. But then nobody does every one. That's why there's such a deep pool of people doing it. It's a good thing. Oh yeah, you can be sure if Clates gets to 5 wins, then suddenly my availability will open up a little bit more. just to keep a nice gap between us. Who's done the most? What? Who's done the most showdowns? I'm not sure who's done the most showdowns. I know Zealand has played more showdown games than anyone. Because up until season 3 of FM22, so not this one, the one before, me and Zealand were tied for playing in most showdown games. Obviously, I've not played in one since, and he's done 2 more showdowns since then. So Zealand, I would imagine Zealand has played in more showdowns than anyone. He's certainly played more matches than anyone. And I imagine now I've missed a couple. Maybe someone like Ben has moved past me as playing more games now. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the figures, but I know it was jointly between me and Zealand for most games played. Who's my favourite other streamer? Fairly new to this. Only really know the guys from the multiplayer game and Holly. I don't really watch anyone. I don't have time to watch streamers. I don't know. Who's good, chat? Tell me who's good. Let's say Clates, because he made the thumbnail for the Tour de France. So we've got to keep on Clates' good side. He hasn't asked me for any money yet, so maybe if I say lots of nice things about him, he won't end up asking me to get paid. Tom FM. I mean, that's madness. Absolute madness. Leland's played more showdowns and has many less wins. Seems like the oh yeah, I mean, I've won more than half the showdowns I've played in. I think it's something like 2/3 of the showdowns I've played in I've won. I think I've played in 11 or 12 and won 7 of them. No one else comes close to that kind of ratio. Clates has probably played in almost as many as I have. There's only won 3 of them. That's why it was never a Clates era. How was Blanco? I mean, it was fine. FNG's technically 100%. He's not, because he played in 2. It was just 2 that I wasn't involved in. That's why the whole dodging me thing is a thing. Yeah, FNG's played in 2, but I wasn't in either of them. I think the one he won was his second one that he played in. I think he played for the first time in the one that Manny won. I think both FNG and Manny were in that one that Manny won. Manny came back the following month and I beat him and he's never been back since. And then I had a month off and FNG came back and won. I think that's how it all worked out. It's something like that anyway. There's proper historians out there who'll know the full story. Oh, that's unfortunate. Come along, chaps. Can we not bottle getting promoted? FNG, you're going to take my crown, old man. He's too afraid to turn up when I'm in one. That is adorable, though. Ah, why are we bottling this? Makes me very sad. We knew it was coming. What do I think my budget will be if I get promoted? Well, I don't think I'm getting promoted. We're very much in the process of bottling promotion. So I don't think it's going to come up. We're certainly not going to win the playoffs. Because my playoff record is horrific. And all of a sudden, form is escaping us. So I don't think it's going to come up. Not amused over here. Team meeting. Nah. Team meetings are for cowards. We've only lost 2 games. And now we play Burnley. That's why we've lost 2 games. We've got the big game against Burnley. We'll win this. And then we'll be fine. Oh, but we're not going to have Edwards or Godwin available for it. That's less. I'm less confident now. Praising content. Now, we're not going to do any of the glitchy stuff. We'll just let things play out the way they're going to play out. We don't do cheating nonsense unless we're in the showdown. Come on, gentlemen. This is probably going to be the last match of the stream as well, as we need to get ready for the start of the new series on YouTube at 4 o'clock. Need to change into my costume for it. Got to make myself look French. The Cashman's been called up for international football. What a wonderful thing. Turguy's been called up to the full Turkish squad as well. I think that's the first time he's had the full Turkey call-up. Oh no, he's got 1 cap already. He's another one who I'd like to get permanently if we get promoted. Oh, come on! Psych ourselves up for this one. We've then got the international break to play Halkin and Flint Mountain to recover. Even if we lose, we'll get some fitness friendlies in. I'm a little nervous going into this game. Might need to put my cowboy hat on. What? Tell me we've not taken out a £16 million loan to upgrade the youth facilities. We've made them out of gold. And all we've got is fairly basic youth recruitment and adequate youth facilities. That's just getting confused with the loan for the stadium, isn't it? Yeah, that was the stadium loan. Not for the youth facilities. Ooh. Hopefully that'll make a little bit of an impact just before youth intake, though. Right. Come on, chaps. Biggest game of the season. We must win. Come on! Right, come on. Come on. Come on! Oh. Tempted to go attacking straight away. Just so we can hurl goals at them. Webby to score the winner. I don't care who scores it. As long as they're wearing orange. Oh, David Roberts is a good defender. Burnley make me sad. Come on. Here we go. Webby. He's out wide. He's got Kai Edwards in the middle. Just find him. He does find it. Oh, we almost found him. Right, come on. Just nice, comfortable defending. That's what we need. Oh, he's in. Look. Oh, why is he past that? Right, come on. Come on. Where's my hat? Lucky cowboy hat, anyone? The cowboy hat gave us a penalty. You can't even see it. Just know that there's a cowboy hat balancing on top of my head at the moment. And Edwards got the chance to put us 1-0 up. And he scores it! Keep the hat on, Kev. Keep the cowboy hat forever. Losing my voice. I've not talked this long for over a week. Oh, I tell you what, the goalkeeper's gone the right way there. It's just a very, very good penalty. And that puts a little bit of daylight between us and Burnley again. We'll take the final whistle now, referee. We've had enough of football for one day. Please and thank you. Final whistle. That'll do. Unless we're going to add another one. I'd love to add another one. Edwards is getting in behind again. He's got Webby in the middle. Come on, boys. That's poor. Suspect the hat may be a tad small. I mean, it's too small to fit over the top of a pair of headphones, for sure. It fits fine on my normal head. I don't even know why I wear the headphones. I don't need to hear the music. There you go, look. It fits fine. But I thought can I get the headphones on still? Can we put the headphones? How does JR do it? There you go. We'll put the headphones on like that. That'll do. That works. I can't hear anything. But there wasn't really... It's not like there's much to hear, is there? Right. Come on! I need special headphones. There you go. I can sort of have the headphones across the back of my head. Right. We are cowboy hatted. I almost bought a poncho to go with it, but it was a little bit too warm. Wish I'd have bought the poncho now. How is that a penalty? See, this is where we should get replays, because he's just headed that clear. There's no way that was a penalty. Cashman! Oh, ho, ho, ho. Beautiful. I need the headphones to hold on to the side of my head somehow. I need like Velcro on them. Do an American accent. I don't do accents. Offside referee? Referee, I think he was offside. I feel like it's not being given offside. Rubbish. Right, we're going attacking. We've got to win. Encourage. That's terrible. That's got to be offside, referee. Come along now. What are we witnessing? I mean, that's horrible. Everything's been turned on its head. Look at how poor we've been as well compared to them. We are bottling it. We are not as good as Burnley. It's clear from this game. I've played enough Football Manager over the years to know that this is just the game teasing us and we are still going to go up automatically. It just has to give us the difficult bit first. The bit where it looks like all hope is gone and now Burnley will start bottling it. And they'll let us back in. We'll probably still win the league. I should probably take the hat off. I mean, it's clearly not helping, is it? Put my Hawkeye hat on. There you go. See if Hawkeye can help. Edwards is a broken man. Right, let's see if the Hawkeye hat's magical. Come on, magical Hawkeye hat. Nothing's happening, is it? More! Here we go. Sir Amari Theodros is in. He rounds the keeper. He plays it back to Walsh. And between the two of them, they bottle it. Theodros should have just absolutely leathered it into the back of the net there. Alas, he did not. Well, bottom line, hats are for losers. If you watch any streamers who wear hats, just tell them to grow up. Trust their hair. What are they hiding with a hat? Exactly. Very cross. Very, very cross. Well, that leaves us with a lot to do in what will be Friday's stream. Because we've got 3 points to make up in 6 games. The Cashman show. We conceded 2 goals. I mean, there's arguably no better time to close the game for a few days. We've lost 3 in a row. I think we need a friendly. Whack a little friendly in there against who are we going to thrash locally? Let's give Romulus a battering to make ourselves. We'll feel good about ourselves after that. Ed Webb's being played outside. I mean, shut up, Ian Birchnell. Shut your face. So JR's a loser. I mean, I didn't say it. Is the organiser friendly thing a thing? It's certainly, if you win like 8-0, it certainly provides a nice morale boost to the players. If we look at how their morale is now, I mean, it's not disastrous. We've got a lot of good, quite good, really good, a few excellents in there. Assuming we really beat Romulus in a minute, we'll see how that changes. Oh, that's not good. Theodros' season is over. Oh, dear. Right, we'll just get to this Romulus game. Hopefully thrash them. And then be ready to take on the last 6 games of the season in the next stream. We're going to the Premier League, boys and girls. Premier League. No, we don't have to play Norwich. But we are back in 3rd place now. So we're no longer worrying about Norwich. We're worrying about trying to get back into the automatic promotion hunt, having lost our last 3 games, including one against Burnley, who are now in 2nd place. Oh, none of it's ideal. Right. Oh, the Australia boss has respected my friendly instructions. What a man. Cash man having a lovely time. Right, so the players who are playing in this friendly, you got ranging from quite good to excellent. You got the one exceptional in there. Let's see how things look after putting 23 goals past Romulus, which is what we should do. Should be an extraordinary victory. If we barely beat them, that's when we know things are really starting to go wrong. If we struggle to get past a non-league team, that would be problematic. Right, come on. Big confidence boosting win is what we need here. Come on. Do all the football goals. Just saving the game because we played a football match. Started playing FM. What are the tips you'd give? Get your staff to do a lot of stuff for you early on while you're figuring stuff out. On the staff responsibilities page, you can handle the training, all of the media handling stuff, all of that stuff you can hand off. See, 6-1's not a massive win, but it has, on the whole, increased morale, which that'll do. The problem is we've picked up another injury off the back of it, which is not ideal. Right, boys and girls, we are going to end the stream there because in 10 minutes' time over on YouTube, we do have the start of a brand new series. This new series in particular premieres in 10 minutes. You should probably all go over there and drop a like straight away. 66 people waiting already. 105 likes already on the board. Look at all these comments already. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And I will see you over there in the chat. Look, I'll prove it. Hello, everyone. You're currently live on Twitch. Huzzah. There you go. If you're over there, head over there. You got 9 minutes to wait. And then I will see you back here for the network game on Thursday. And then we should have another stream on Friday in this save, hopefully, where we will win promotion to the Premier League by hook or by crook, most likely via the Premier League. Thank you via the Premier League, via the playoffs. Thank you very much for watching, boys and girls. Toodle pip. I'll see you again very soon. Well, I'll see you in the chat over on YouTube. Why does the thumbnail look so grainy? I need to have a word with Clates. This is not acceptable. Toodle pip, everyone. Bye-bye.